G'day, how yous all going? This is Ian Harris from Australia, and today we're going to do a beautiful colourful painting, aren't we, man? This is my friend Valentine. Say hello to everyone, Valentine. Ignorant bastard. Anyway, a new friend of mine, Pat Sowsley, posted a vibrant colourful photo up on Fun with Acrylic and said it'd be nice if someone paints it. And a lot of people got on the bandwagon, and I'm one of them. And it's a beautiful, colourful lake, sunset type of thing. So I printed it out larger to get a better reference of the paint, of the picture. And I'm going to call this one Sunset Lake. So we'll get on over to the art table with all our appropriate paints: phthalo blue, ultramarine blue, yellow ochre, black, white, red, all those colours, and we'll start making this painting. And I don't know if I told you, but we're going to put it on a 50 centimetre by 60 centimetre stretched canvas, eh? Yeah, so what do you reckon, Valentine? Are you going to help me this time, or are you just going to sit there again like you always do, eh? Anyway, we'll get on over to the art table there for the paints, and we'll get going, alright? Okay, we've got our acrylic board ready. The trick to get acrylic paint to blend and flow like oils, I wet my canvas, brush the water through it. Now you need a retarder. This, to me, turns your acrylics to an oil, but virtually it's retarding the drying time of the paint. So I'm mixing this in my white base coat. Some people might call it a primer. I'm just calling it a base coat. So that's wet. I've got my white, and we're going to paint the whole surface with retarder in that paint, because that's going to allow my sky colours and water reflections to flow the way we want it to flow. Okay, that's ready now to get these colours on there. Right, we're going to skid here, and where are we? Our line's about here. Bit of yellow. Now this yellow has retarder in it as well. There, that's about it for the yellow. Alright, so let's see how this retarder in there, see what it's done? It's made that yellow. Now I've got the yellow on there. I'm going to wipe the brush so I can bleed it out. Now the retarder, it's making that paint, see how it's making it fade like you can get done with acrylics, with oils. We want a bit of red here, not too much. A bit over here. I've got my blending brush here. I want to get this in the sky. Yes, yes. Now we're going to get our blue, which will be phthalo blue over here. This one needs retarder in it as well, because this is going to blend. Now virtually all over here is phthalo blue. Now I want this to blend into that red like so. I'm not worried if we get brush strokes in that sky, because that's going to be covered up by those trees. Painting that we saw when we first saw it. Alright, I'm getting some white and putting through here just to give those colours some more vibrancy. Okay, so I'm starting over here, going by the picture. There's a lot of dark colour here. Alright, we'll go with a bit of phthalo blue now, just in this bandy area. Blend that together. Just so they're blended. Okay. Okay, got violet on my brush. Okay, now I want to get all of this across. Alright, we're virtually ready to start doing the foreground and the horizon line and these trees there. I'm just getting some whites in these areas here, just to open its eyes a bit. It looks like the eyes are shut in the colours there, so I'm just trying to open their eyes. Over here too. Because if anything, as the picture is what it is, I like to put my own touch to it. I like my skies deep, choppy, marbly and sharp. It's just the way I like them. I'll just show you in a minute what I've done here a bit closer, just so you get an idea of what I like with my skies. Okay. Alright, these oranges happening over here. Alright, I'm using some prime blue now just for the horizon. I want the top of it sharp, meeting that yellow orange sky. I don't want it broken and feathered. I'll just get the top line done. So about here we've got stuff happening. So what I'm going to do is blacken all that. Where are we? Now is that coming down enough? It should be virtually. Just about there. Okay. Just adding some darkness into this corner as it is in the picture as well. Now we're getting our distant tree. I'm twisting this brush as I bring it down. Just virtually, what have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 main ones. Okay, we're just getting these distant trees that are like in the picture with their branches and whatnots on them. Where are we? And some up in the middle there. Let's have more paint on the bloody brush, eh, Ian? Okay. Okay, we'll get some of these 4 trees in the mix of it all. The best way to do a tree is you can put your foliage on, and then you can put your trunk, highlight your trunk, and then to sink that trunk into the tree you can highlight the tree leaves, and that sort of makes your tree. That's virtually the method I use when I'm twisting this as I'm pulling it up. I'm going to do a few, then I've got to virtually put the cabin in, and then put a few more in front of the cabin. Otherwise, everything will look wrong. I'll come closer and just show you something interesting. Where are we? See, you've got it on there and you just twisting. And look at the point I can get on that. Alright, so we've got that layer. Now what I want to do is, because they're birches, we'll put a bit of black on their trunks, eh? Where's Mr. Knife? Where's Mr. Black? What I'll do, and I'll try and show you here. I've just got it all stippled onto my blade, and I'm just kind of coming down one side of the trunk, sort of hitting it on and sliding it, just so as I'm not getting a uniform pattern, but I'm just getting some kind of effect we have on the birch trunks. I'll load my knife up again. I just had to see if I got anything in the ears, eh? Now, if that looks like a birch tree trunk to you, hang on, we'll just do this one on the end. You want to leave him out now, come on. This one here. Up. Sort of birchy, swing it around. If you think it looks like a birch tree, you can go, yay. This one here looks a bit cartoony. Let's get rid of those dots. That'll do it. Okay, we're going to put the hut in, so I'm just going to scratch any heavy paint that might be in the area of our hut. That's alright. Now we'll use, I've just got a 1628 4 cubic BC brush. That's just my name for it. It's just a sharp cut brush. Now we're going to put our hut here, so we're just going to black it in first, so we've got shadow to, we'll have shadow in our hut when we do the lighter colours. You can use a knife for this if you want, but I'm not. Get the foliage in front of these, the darker foliage now, in front of the trunks. I don't know if you can see there, I'll come a bit closer for you. Getting all these little bits in there. I don't know, how's that look on the camera? Looking like a field or something? Okay, now we'll get this shadow back in here. I'm using a fan brush and just feathering it through. But as I go along, I'm trying to chisel this because this is a really rough hog bristle fan brush. Okay, I'm just fixing that up there where I put too much black before. Now, what's next? Oh, some of these rocks, eh? We'll put them in, and then we'll carry on from there. Carry on, boy! Carry on with that paint. Oh, shit. I've got to clean this before it gets dried out. I'm using phthalo blue with some black mixed in it. So where are we roughly there? So we'll probably put one here. How's that, cobbers? Yeah, that looks alright, eh? Yeah. See, yay. If you like painting, you say yay. We'll put one about here. Just make sure the top of these is sharp. like so. Then you can feather these into the yeah, see, it's sort of put the rocks on the surface of the water there. So that's cool bananas, that. Okay, we're just putting the shadowy bits in here now, so bear with me. Okay, we'll get some yellow green, wipe the brush, get some yellow, wipe the brush, and then I'm just going to flick it up. Got both colours there, so that's creating some sort of highlight. I'm just putting some white in this yellow green to distinguish different layers of grass in this water. Alright, now this needs some more black. We'll get some black in there now. Again, with our, what brush did I use? I think it was the fan brush. I'll use the fan brush because it'll get me more accuracy in there. Okay, there's a little bit of business going on over here too. It's always best to get these. This isn't exact what's there, but I'm just doing my version. I've got a bit of phthalo blue, violet, and a tinge of black on my knife now. And I'm going to virtually, on here. Okay, I'm going mad with me phthalo blue and purple. I'm just getting some of these rocks. Might not be noticeable on the camera, but it's all rocky there now. I'm going to get the bit of white and put in that same mix, but I'm leaving it on the knife, marbled up, okay? And we'll try and highlight some of those. Where are we so you can see? Just break it on there. But do it in layers so it's like there's different layers of rock. There's a distinct edge there. Yeah, I love that too. Oh, makes you want to put the kettle on and have a bloody cup of tea, doesn't it, eh? Now there's the top. Get on there. That's it. Look at that. I'm happy now. The man said he's happy. Make him a cup of tea. Hey, Muriel, would you put that kettle on, please? Wife, she ain't me wife. I don't have a wife. I have paintings. Now we're going to put some colours into that now, sort of like the, what have they got in the picture? They've got sort of like some mossy mould, you know? So we'll try and get that into there, okay? Alright, I've got phthalo blue and white on my knife, but I haven't mixed it really good. Now I'm going to highlight some of this with that. I've left it all stipply, okay, and see how it's highlighting the rocks now. I'm just sort of going on it. Whoa, 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 whoa. So it's creating that sort of stipply mossy look that's the same as what's in the picture. Some green the same way I did the other colour there. Realism about them, and I'll show you in a minute after I get this done. Okay, that's pretty much our just mould-ridden rocks with moss and whatnot. Now I'll get my script liner and I'm just getting black and just bringing in like you do branches on a tree, and I'm just creating shadows in between all the rocks with the script liner. Well, I suppose I'll call that finished. Sunset Lake. Hope you enjoyed my video. If you like it, tell a friend. If you don't, tell everybody. Goodbye, good luck, good on ya.